here for Amir Akbar, fight number 6.
145.8 for Amir Akbar.
Tremendous shape, as always, for Amir Akbar, and he has brought half of Dewsbury with him here. Chris Bork, they sound fantastic.
Yeah, he'll be looking to put on a performance in front of them tomorrow. He's got a big crowd here already.
Well, he did very well last time out, recorded his first stoppage so far of his career, and he looked very good indeed. That was against Georgi Velichkov back in July in Telford. Calls himself the prodigy. Christian Lopez Flores, a bit of a veteran on these shores.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 6-round international super lightweight contest.
Face front, boys. Face front.
Decent jeans as well from Christian Lopez Flores. Looks ready to go. And Amir Akbar, all business. Fight number 6.
Our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the British, Commonwealth, WBC International, and IBF European Welterweight Championships. First, we welcome to the scale the challenger from Derby, Derbyshire. He is a 2-weight English champion and now has a professional record of 12 wins, 2 defeats, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Horrible Harry Scarf.
Well, here comes Horrible Harry Scarf, fight number 15 for the Derby man. It's Derby versus Nottingham in this fight.
145.6 for Harry Scarf.
And of course, he makes the weight for a fight he has been craving.
And now we welcome to the scale the defending champion from Nottingham. His undefeated record, 19 wins, 7 of those 19 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning and defending British, Commonwealth, WBC International, and IBF European Welterweight Champion, Echo, the Engine Essuman.
I'll tell you what, the engine could not wait to get started and get on those scales.
146.3. for Echo Essuman.
Both make weight. Chris Bork, what do you think of the shape of them?
Yeah, he looks in great shape, don't he? They both look in real good shape. It's an interesting fight. I think
It's been a bit of needle in this one as well. I mean, we've had 2 press conferences where they have been just jawing at each other, just staring at each other, just delivering nasty insults. It's the sort of fight that you really like, right?
No, massively, you know, it gets everyone interested. I think Scarf's been trying to get under Essuman's skin, and, you know, he's acting like it isn't, but, I mean, it must be.
He must be. I mean, it's a fight that Harry Scarf has been chasing for a little while. It's a fight that Harry Scarf has been accusing Echo Essuman of ducking, and he's saying the only reason that he's taking this fight is because he has to take the fight. But Echo Essuman is
once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a 12-round contest for the British, Commonwealth, WBC International, and IBF European Welterweight Championship.
I'll tell you, I knew we'd get quite a steely face-off. He's getting closer and closer, Harry Scarf, there. I do wonder what he's saying to him. But Echo Essuman, as poised as ever. I'm not sure
he doesn't look phased, does he? No. I think their styles are going to gel. It's going to be a quality fight tomorrow night.
Well, look, I asked Echo how this fight was going to go. He said he calls himself the Engine, and he promises a roadside collision on Saturday night. As he points to the sky, Harry Scarf is still... We cannot break this stare. I think they are going to probably get security involved here to pull them apart. Plenty of needle in this one. So many titles on the line in that welterweight division.
Yeah, it's real needle, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, Harry Scarf got that last word in. Goes back to Clifton Mitchell and the team over there.
Our next 2 combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest, and it will be for the British and Commonwealth Featherweight Championships. First, we welcome to the scale the challenger from Manchester, England, undefeated with 13 wins. 3 of his wins come by way of knockout. Here is Zach Miller.
Well, my goodness, what a reaction here to Zach Miller, unbeaten in 13 fights, and there is so much noise for him here in Manchester. He is a Manchester local, and he's living his dream.
125.6 for Zach Miller.
Makes the weight, he's hyped up. For so many years, he went to see Ricky Hatton at Manchester Arena. He dreamed of fighting
And
there
now we
himself.
welcome to the scale the defending champion from Glasgow, Scotland. Undefeated with 13 wins. 7 of his 13 wins come by way of knockout. He is the reigning and defending British and Commonwealth champion, Nathaniel the Nightmare Collins.
I'll tell you, plenty of noise for Nathaniel Collins.
125.1
Goodness
for
me.
Nathaniel Collins.
I can barely hear myself thinking here. Nathaniel Collins has brought his fans, and of course, Zach Miller has brought his fans from Manchester. Tremendous fight. British and Commonwealth featherweight titles on the line. I mean, what do you think of this, Chris?
It's going to be unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're both up for it. Both brought big support, and they both believe they're going to win. It's going to be a great fight.
Both 13-0 as well,
Yeah.
both completely unbeaten. Zach Miller, though, big step up for him. This is his first opponent who's got a winning record. You know, it feels like a big step up.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two
You need
competing
one.
tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the British and Commonwealth Featherweight Championships.
But he believes he's ready, and that's why he's taking the fight.
Well, there are chants of Manchester, Manchester, Manchester in this hotel room. This is actually the first time that they've come face to face, Zach Miller and Nathaniel Collins. Nice little handshake at the end there. So much on the line. A big step up for Zach Miller and a great chance for both
Our
men.
next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the vacant WBC and vacant WBO Women's Super Welterweight Championships of the World. We will first welcome to the scale, coming to us from Ljubljana, Slovenia. Her professional record, 23 wins, just 1 defeat, 1 draw, 12 wins coming by knockout. Here is Emma, the Princess Kozin.
Well, it's fight number 26 for the Slovenian southpaw, that is Emma Kozin. Calls herself the princess, but certainly doesn't fight like a princess. Very aggressive southpaw, Chris.
154.2 for Emma
I've
Kozin.
seen little clips, and yeah, like you said, she's very aggressive.
And now we welcome to the scale, coming to us from Luss, Scotland. Her professional record, 13 wins, 6 defeats, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. She is the former WBA and IBO Women's World Champion.
Well, here comes Hannah Rankin, her Queensbury and TNT Sports debut, and the chance to become
153.4.
She's made the
for
weight.
Hannah Rankin.
A chance to become a unified champion. Initially, just the WBC belt was on the line. The WBO got added, and the winner of this becomes a real player in women's boxing. Huge opportunity for your Queensbury debut to fight for 2 world titles. Not bad, Chris.
It's a dream, isn't it? I know, for your debut to be fighting for world titles is unbelievable. It's an opportunity I'm sure she's going to take, and the best her is going to turn up.
We've got Emma Kozin getting back on the scales here.
153.7. Official weight.
And that's the official recorded weight. Both have made the weight. Look at those world titles there as well. The WBO, the WBC.
That's what every boxer dreams of.
Yeah, it's very much so. And this is a fight that has been scheduled a few times, actually, Hannah Rankin and Emma Kozin, and for whatever reason, it has fallen through. But this time, it's come off, and this time, it's got 2 world titles on the line. So they're probably glad they waited, right?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, there's more on the line now.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the vacant WBC and vacant WBO Women's Super Welterweight Championships of the World.
Well, a tremendous opportunity for both of them. You know, it's those welterweights, those super welterweight divisions. Quite glamorous divisions for female boxing. Let's see, Emma Kozin stuck the fist right in her face there. Maybe that's what she plans on doing tomorrow,
Yeah, I'm
Chris.
sure she does. I think she's going to try and stick it on her and take her out of stride.
Yeah. I like that she has sort of shaped up southpaw as well. She's just like, she hasn't changed anything around. So that is exactly what she plans on doing. Hannah Rankin, though, completely unfazed. She's so cool. She's got that Scottish flag, the fighting pride of Scotland.
Our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest, and it will be for the English Heavyweight Championship. First, we welcome to the scale the challenger from Middlesbrough, Yorkshire. Undefeated with 9 wins, 6 of his 9 wins come by way of knockout. Here is Michael Webster.
Well, big opportunity for Michael Webster, takes on Sol Dacres.
246.4 for Michael Webster. Now to the scale, the defending champion from Birmingham, West Midlands. Undefeated with 7 wins, 2 of his 7 wins come by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending English heavyweight champion, Solomon, the real deal, Dacres.
It's a Queensbury and TNT Sports debut for Solomon, the real deal Dacres, the English heavyweight champion. What a division the heavyweight division is right now.
246.2 for Solomon Dacres.
I remember him from the amateurs, top amateur, Team GB, you know, and he'll be looking to do the same as a professional now.
Well, he's 7-0 now, and you know, he's mixing in good company in terms of sparring. He's been in 2 Tyson Fury camps. He's done plenty of rounds with Anthony Joshua, of course, up on the Team GB. He would have sparked the likes of Fraser Clark. He wants to fight Fabio Wardley. He wants that title. It's a great division, Chris.
Yeah, like you said, you know, I've seen him spar with Dubois as well. He's been in with all the top boys, so he's definitely going to want to get his name up there and get these big fights.
He carries himself with a really cool energy.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the English Heavyweight Championship.
And that English heavyweight title has been held by so many great fighters over the years in recent history. Of course, Fabio Wardley recently, Daniel Dubois, David Price, Tyson Fury, former English heavyweight champion as well. It is a historic belt. It is a belt that means something, and it usually means if you win that belt, if you have that belt, you're going to go on to become a bit of a player. And Sol Dacres has got that belt right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big
All
opportunity
handshakes
for both of them.
No, absolutely. Look, 2 undefeated heavyweights fighting live on Saturday night.
Our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a 12-round contest for the European Super Bantamweight Championship. First, we will welcome to the scale the challenger from Pagani, Italy. He brings a professional record undefeated with 13 wins, 7 of his 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Vincenzo Winchester La Femina.
Well, here comes Vincenzo La Femina. This is a weight division you've competed in the past, super bantamweight. I'll get your thoughts once he's weighed in.
121.4 for Vincenzo La Femina.
He sounds up for it, Chris.
Yeah, he looks in great shape, and you know his record suggests he can punch a bit. So you know he's probably.
And now to the scale, the defending champion from Telford, Shropshire, England, undefeated with 14 wins, 6 of his 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the current British and WBC international champion, and tomorrow night the defending European Super Bantamweight champion, Liam Dangerous Davey.
Well, great ovation here for the Telford man, who I think is very simply one of the best fighters in the country right now, Liam Davies.
121.1 for Liam Davies.
Looks in great shape. He's massive, isn't he, for the weight?
He's massive for the weight, and you can see that as well. You've got some common opponents in the past, Chris. What do you make of Liam Davies?
You know, very good at using what he has. He's very tall, rangy, and he's a smart boxer. So he sets traps and he makes people fall into it, and he can punch as well. So he makes you miss and he makes you pay.
Has he surprised you, his rise recently? He's got some very, very good wins there. Mark Leach was a fight that maybe he wasn't the favourite to win. The Bellew fight, that was a great win.
Yeah, I think the Bellew really put him on the map, you know.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest for the European Super Bantamweight Championship.
course, last time out, he stopped Jason Cunningham. It was quite a rivalry heading into that fight, and he stopped him in one round that night. I'll tell you what, he's actually a very good trash talker as well, Liam Davis, and you can see that here. He is pointing, he is tapping him on the shoulder, he's sort of half little broing him.
Yeah.
Andy.
Vincenzo looks to be...
which is the main event tomorrow?
I did wonder what he was going to do with the hand there, because was it going to be a slap around the face, or is it going to be a sort of handshake? It's an extended handshake between the two fighters here, and a little pat. But I'll tell you, there's a little bit of energy there.
No, definitely. No, I think it's going to be an exciting fight.
European super bantamweight title on the line for that one. Absolutely fantastic fight. Always great to see Liam Davis, one of the best fighters in the country.
Our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the British and WBA Continental Middleweight Championships. We first welcome to the scale, undefeated with 17 wins. 6 of his 17 wins coming by way of knockout from Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire, England. He is the reigning and defending WBA Continental Middleweight Champion, Nathan Hitman Heaney.
Well, here it is, the chance to realise a lifelong dream for the Hitman, Nathan Heaney. This is the belt that he has wanted for so long. Let's see if he's made weight.
159.4 for Nathan Heaney.
In impeccable shape as
the best
ever.
shape I've seen him in.
And now we welcome to the scale from Battersea, London, England. His professional record consists of 18 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw. 15 of his 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning and defending British middleweight champion, DENZEL Too Sharp Bentley.
Here comes DENZEL Too Sharp Bentley, Too Sharp and 2-time British middleweight champion. Really a world level middleweight after how he competed against Janibek in
160 pounds even for DENZEL Bentley.
Perfectly on weight. I mean, you've been in camp with him, right? So, I mean, has he had a good camp?
He's had a great camp. You know, his spars he's been looking unbelievable. He's been practicing things and it's been working, and I just think he's going to shine on the night.
How much did he take from that performance against Janibek? Because he got the fight at short notice against what was quite a monster in the division, a guy that people were avoiding, and he acquitted himself very well, Chris.
Yeah, you know, he went into that fight, people weren't expecting him, they were expecting him to get blasted away, and he didn't. And I think his stock rose from that loss, and his confidence in general just rose, and he's just performed.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest for the British and WBA Continental Middleweight Championships.
Well, I'm very interested about this because the build-up has been very, very friendly indeed. But there is nothing friendly about this face-off right now. Nathan Heaney, DENZEL Bentley, staring right through each other. Chris, what are you looking at?
They're just trying to get through. You know, people think, oh, are they going to look away first? Are they going to blink first? But as you can see, there's a lot of respect between them.
Plenty of respect at the end there.
Our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the WBC Silver Championship, and it is a final eliminator for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. It is being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry in association with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated. First, we welcome to the scale a native of Accra, Ghana, and now making his home in London, England. His professional record, 24 wins, 3 defeats, 15 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former WBO World Champion. Let's welcome the challenger, Isaac Royal Storm Dogbay.
Here's the former world super bantamweight champion, Isaac Dogbay, and my goodness, looks
125.2 for Isaac Dogbay.
This is a fight that got people talking.
Now we welcome to the scale the defending champion from Liverpool, England, undefeated with 18 wins, 11 of those 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending WBC Silver Featherweight Champion, Nick the Wrecking Ball.
There he is, Nick the Wrecking Ball. Plenty of momentum. He has been wrecking his
125 pounds for Nick Ball.
Both make weight. Nick Ball has been wrecking his way through the featherweight division so far, but this by far the biggest step up so far.
Yeah, you know, this is a big step up. Isaac Dogboe has been in with some of the biggest names in boxing in the weight, you know, and Nick Ball will be looking to do what they've done to Isaac, but you know, Isaac's not here just to make numbers, he's here to win. I spied Isaac in the past, and you know, he's a big puncher, and he's aggressive, and I've seen Nick Ball fight, and he's the same, so it's guaranteed to be fireworks, I think.
They're kind of two mini Mike Tysons.
Yeah.
That's how I've been describing the fight, and it's not very often that Nick Ball is kind of going into a
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a 12-round contest for the WBC Silver Championship, and it is a final eliminator for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World.
Well, you heard it there from Thomas Triber. This is indeed a final eliminator for the WBC World Featherweight Championship. It's a big step up for Nick Ball. Isaac Dogboe is not the fighter who is at the end of his career and done. He's a fighter very hungry who wants to become a world champion once again.
Yeah,
we
people
doing
don't realise, you know,
Thompson
Isaac's not
Ocampo?
old, he's still quite young, he's still got a lot of time left in him, and he's here to win.
He's very much here to win. He's brought a team with him. I can see Joshua Buatsi in the room as well. Good friend of Isaac Dogboe, may well be working with him around this fight as well. Interesting face-off there. Just a little smirk from both guys, kind of like a knowing kind
Our
of
next
nod.
two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 6-round super lightweight contest. First to the scale from Sheffield, England. Let's welcome Joshua Ocampo.
Well, here comes Joshua Ocampo. Fight number 33 for Joshua Ocampo. This will feature at the AO Arena, Manchester. This fight taking on Callum Thompson, the Joe Gallagher trained Callum Thompson. Joshua Ocampo, who we're looking at, is a Colombian based in Spain, a very active Colombian. It's actually his 11th fight this year.
Oh wow, yeah,
very active,
busy,
that
yeah.
Chris. It's a very busy man. He actually started the year by taking on another Queensbury prospect in Charles Frankham. But whilst he gets ready, let's talk a little bit about what we saw with Nick Ball and Isaac Dogboe. They sort of didn't want to break the stare, but they kind of had to. What did you make of it?
No, you know, I think you can just see by looking at them, they're both quietly confident, and they're just ready to perform tomorrow night.
136.1 for Joshua Ocampo. Now we welcome to the scale from Kirkby, England, undefeated with 7 wins, 1 win coming by way of knockout. Here is Callum the Tank Thompson.
Well, Callum the Tank Thompson, former member of Team GB. Have you done any work with Callum
I'm
Thompson?
not sure, I remember seeing his face in Team GB. I think he was
136.9 for Callum Thompson.
But yeah, I heard good things about him. He was a very good, skillful fighter.
Yeah, Joe Gallagher trained. Of course, Joe Gallagher doesn't take any mugs into his gym, so he's a very well schooled fighter. Impressive start to his journey. Calls himself the Tank. There's another Tank out there in world boxing.
Spacing off.
I'll tell you, if he's half as good as him, he'll do okay, won't he?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be looking to make a statement against this guy.
Tell me a little bit about what you saw in the DENZEL Bentley-Nathan Heaney face-off. For Nathan Heaney, by far the most important fight of his career. For Denzel,
Once again, ladies and
no
gentlemen,
slip-ups.
these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 6-round super lightweight contest.
Yeah, for Denzel Bentley, of course, he can't afford to slip up.
No, of course, you know, it's this is a massive step up for Heaney, and I'm sure he knows it. He knows it's a huge opportunity for him,
arena.
and he's going to try and grab it with both hands. And like you said, Denzel can't afford to make any mistakes or take his opponents lightly, which he hasn't. But he just knows he has to go out there and get the job done in exciting fashion.
Well, fantastic stuff. I'll tell you, Chris Bort, it's been wonderful speaking to you. And I think that concludes our weigh-in here today. We've seen so much. Give me your sort of. Can you give me any predictions, Chris? I mean, obviously, you probably think Denzel Bentley is going to beat Nathan Heaney, right? Yeah, he's your boy.
I think Denzel wins by knockout. I think Esserman wins. I don't know about the Collins fight. I think Rankin wins. I think Liam Davis gets a stoppage, and I think Solomon gets a stoppage as well. And I can't pick a winner for Bull v Dogboe.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that's got people very, very excited. No one can pick a winner in that fight. Chris Bork, been wonderful having you with me. Thank you so much, and we'll speak to you again very
Cheers,
shortly.
thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks.